Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be filming my 2023 collection goals. I'm filming this like halfway through January, which was not my intention, but I kind of just ran out of time earlier this month. I was out of town for a while and it was just really busy, so yeah, I'm just getting around to film it now, but I do still want to post this because, I don't know, I think it would be fun. I've never really done one of these before, and I do have some very specific goals in mind for my collection, so yeah, I definitely wanted to film this. I know these types of videos aren't for everyone. Like, a lot of people don't like to have specific goals or a checklist for their collection, which I totally get, but for me, I'm a very list oriented person. It is probably the Virgo in me, but yeah, I am very goal focused, writing down goals, checking things off a list. That's really fun for me and I like doing it, so yeah, that's kind of why I decided to do this. So yeah, I'm gonna be going through every single one of my binders and just talking about my collection plans for each of the binders, each of the groups. I am planning on doing some downsizing. I'm gonna be expanding some things, so I'll talk about all of that here, and I might take some things out. If I know I'm gonna downsize something, I might take it out of the binder here, or I might not. It depends. So yeah, let's just get started. We're gonna start with my large inclusions binder. This binder is very random. It has a lot of groups in it. I do collect large inclusions for basically all of my groups. I feel like that I have a serious collection for. I do collect large inclusions for them. I enjoy collecting large inclusions. That might be an unpopular opinion, but I think it's fun. So yes, the first group in here is 17. Not a lot is gonna change with this, I feel like. I do plan on collecting large inclusions for 17 moving forward for both S-Coups and Mingyu, but I am gonna take this out actually. This is from last year, their Japanese comeback. This is like a Christmas card or something, and I don't need this. This just came in a set that I bought on Neokyo at the time, and I have no intentions of getting Mingyu's equivalent, and it's kind of just sitting here because I didn't know where else to put it, so I will be selling this. So there's that. Yeah, but this is all just album inclusions. I don't really collect non-album for them, at least not large inclusions, and that will continue. I have no plans on collecting large inclusions for non-album for 17, so yeah, I don't want to take anything out from here, so that was pretty easy. Twice, same thing. I still plan on collecting Jihyo for large inclusions for future comebacks. I don't want to take anything out. These are just the pre-order cards and her large inclusions. I didn't really start collecting her large inclusions seriously until what was this? Formula of Love? If I pulled something of hers, I would keep it, but I wouldn't necessarily trade for her stuff. But during Formula of Love, I did start trying to trade for some of her things. And then for Between 1 and 2, I traded for everything. So I think I'll keep that up for the next comeback in March. For NCT 127, I will still collect large inclusions for them, absolutely. I don't really think I have anything to take out here either. I enjoy collecting big inclusions for Jaehyun. Usually it's just a postcard or something like that. It's nothing too intense for me, so yeah, I'll just keep collecting large inclusions for them. EXO, same thing. I've said, oh, there's a dog here. That's lovely. Yeah, so same thing for Suho. I will still collect his large inclusions for EXO as well as for his solo stuff. I collect everything for him, so I don't plan on changing that really. Yeah, I'm happy with this. And then for other member solos, so this is from Peaches, which was Kai's last solo. I tend to just buy one copy for my bias line. So my bias line in EXO is Suho, who's my ult, Kyungsu, Xiumin, and Kai. And I typically buy, well, I don't want to say typically, but moving forward, I plan on only buying one copy per release for those three. So for Kyungsu, Xiumin, and Kai, I'll just buy one copy of the album and keep my pulls. So that's kind of my plan there. I got Xiumin's album for Christmas, so I'll put those inclusions away in my next storing video. But yeah, that's my plan for non-Suho EXO members when they have their solos. I know Kai is working on a comeback Kyungsoo has said his solo is coming out this year. I think Suho will have a solo comeback. I don't know if Xiumin will, maybe like later in the year, but yeah, I think the EXOs are gonna be very active this year, which is exciting. For Shinee, I actually don't think I'm gonna collect large inclusions for Shinee moving forward. I just pulled these two in my album, so I put them in here. But yeah, I don't really have a desire to collect Minho's solo stuff. So yeah. And then these are just like random highlight inclusions, which is fine. And I have like my random Monsta X stuff back here. I am emotionally attached to this photocard set. This was the G Market pre-order set for Follow Find You, and like if you know, you know. Follow Find You, like very crazy time. So yeah, I don't think I could ever get rid of that set, this set, because yeah. And then I have like extra Shonu cards that aren't in my like miscellaneous boy group binder because I just want to keep them all together. Like this is his entire Follow Find You selfie photo cards. And then these two wonhos I pulled in my albums, my initial albums, so I wanted to keep them. And then these two units are like my favorite units of them, so I don't want to get rid of them. So yeah, this is like just a random page back here that I flip to from time to time. And then this Tutuk little mini poster, I cut this so that it would fit in this one pocket, so I don't really feel comfortable reselling it because I cut it myself. So it just lives back here, but it's cute. Love him. Oh my god, the fact that we're getting Shonu back this year, very crazy. Do we think that Monsta X will be able to have a full group comeback before the other members enlist? I'm praying. Monsta X's latest comeback was so good, and I just can't wait for Shonu to be back and like start to be incorporated into all of these releases. So exciting. But yeah, I do hope that they can like somehow make that happen before the other members enlist, because I think there's at least 3 members enlisting this year probably from Monsta X. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. That was it for large inclusions. So yeah, not a lot changing with this. I'll just continue collecting the people that I collect for large inclusions basically. Okay, next let's do my mini binders. So these binders aren't really like collections. These are just extra cards that I have that I don't want to get rid of, so they live here. This one is dedicated to NCT. This is for my girl groups. This is for my boy groups. So yeah, let's start with the yellow one. So for this one, like I said, this is my boy group binder, and I have my military men on the front. This is a freaking adorable keychain of Shonu, and then I have a wonho PC in the center. But for this is so random. Oh my god. Like this is like the remnants of my Shonu collection that I downsized last year. I've talked about this before. I guess I can talk about it here. Monsta X was an old group of mine for a very long time. They were the first group that I ulted. They weren't the first group that I stanned. That was actually got7, fun fact, but they were the first group that I ever ulted, and they were the first group that I ever collected. Shonu was the first idol that I ever collected. So I have quite an attachment to Monsta X and Shonu. I still consider Shonu an ult bias. Obviously, he's just been inactive for a very long time. Yeah, I downsized their collection because it wasn't making me happy, and I feel like there's kind of like a weird stigma sometimes of like, why would you downsize your old group? Why would you downsize your old bias? If they're your old, like, shouldn't you love collecting them because they're your olds? And that's just not true. At least not for me. It just wasn't making me happy. I didn't like all the stuff that I had. And ever since I've downsized, I've been so much more happy with this little collection. I'm not saying that I will never collect Shonu again, but I'm just going to be very selective. I'm not going to be pre-ordering their albums. Also, I really don't like how Starship does so many versions now. I really don't like it. I already have to deal with that for SM now. So yeah, all the versions that Starship does now for Monsta X, it's just too much for me, honestly, and the fact that they still do Kinos is very crazy to me. So yeah, so for Shonu, once he's back in a few months, we'll see, I guess, what comes out that I can buy. And if the card is cute and I want to add it to my collection, I'll buy it. If I don't like any of the cards, I won't buy them. Like, that's just kind of the vibe for him now, and I really like it. And I just wanted to like say that because I feel like there's a lot of pressure, like saying someone is your ult here, like as a collector, like me saying that Shonu is an ult and me not collecting them, like the two things don't really make sense, I guess. But I hope my explanation makes sense. And then we have some EXO cards. So I used to collect Jimin and Kyungsu for EXO, but I downsized them because I did not feel the need to collect 3 members of EXO anymore. So I just kept my faves. And we have Froggy Baekhyun, of course. So yeah, I feel like I've been through the EXO thing a bit. Some Kai solo photo cards. I actually need to put in a page for the Jimin card that I'm adding. And then we have some Taemin solo. And then the remnants of my Astro collection, literally just these 2 Unwoo cards. I sold everything else. So yeah, which I'm really proud of actually. It's not easy for me to downsize collections and to sell off collections. I typically, when I downsize, I do it in phases. So I'll start by taking the collection out of the binder and putting it in a different binder that I don't look at. And I see how I feel, like, do I miss the collection? Do I even notice that it's gone? And once I make the decision to downsize, I will just like keep my favorite cards and sell off the ones that I don't really like care about. And over time, I'll continue to downsize like in phases. So that's what I did for Astro. I took the collection out of my main binder. A few months went by, I started to sell some things. A few more months went by, I sold more until I was down to just these 2 cards. So yeah, that's how I downsize. I don't know if anyone else has any downsizing tips they want to leave down below. I feel like it's a very hard thing, especially when you have a full and complete collection, to just like sell it all in one go unless you're like really ready. But that's just how I do it most of the time. And then this is the remnants of my wonho collection, just some lucky draws. That was another collection that I had to downsize in phases. I still have a bunch of cards actually for him that just like I haven't been able to sell, but these are like the 3 lucky draws that I really wanted to keep. So yeah, I mean, in terms of adding to this binder, like I said, if I see a cute card, I'll buy it for any of these people. Like I'll buy it and I'll add it to this binder, but it's not really a commitment that I'm making to myself. So yeah, that was this binder. Next we can do my girl group mini binder. This one should be easier to go through because there isn't that much in here, to be honest. So we have like Red Velvet. These are just like some pulls of my own. I bought Seulgi's 28 Reasons album because I loved it so much. Seulgi is my second bias in Red Velvet, and it was just one of my favorite solos of last year. So I decided to buy it and support her. I will probably, I'm not ready to do it now, but I will probably downsize this a little bit. But I'm not ready to like make that decision right now because it's just, that's all like a lot of cards, I feel like, when I have no intentions of collecting her. So I'll think about that. And then we have like Birthday. I pulled this Irene, and then these are some pops that I pulled myself. This Joy is so iconic. So yeah, again, I might downsize a few of these. I traded for Seulgi's photo book version and it looks exactly like this, so RIP me. But yeah, then we have some leftover Twice cards that I just like, so I keep them. And this one's Shion card. Remember when I collected Billy for like a month? Yeah, I feel like in 2022, I picked up a lot of collections very haphazardly. Like I picked up Billy, I picked up IVE, and then I dropped both of them. It just got to be too much. I don't think IVE has even released a mini album yet. And after 11, I didn't really connect with a lot of their title tracks, which I know is unpopular because IVE was literally like the queens of 2022. But yeah, the music, I just haven't been vibing with it. 11 was just so perfect that I don't know how they'll top that for me, but I didn't get very far in that collection. I think I just had Ray's 11 set, so it was really easy to like sell that off because it was 3 cards. I didn't make it to their first comeback. And then Yashiun. Then I have this Isa card. I'll talk about CC when I get to my Sumin binder, but yes, I love Isa. Let's just leave it at that. This isn't really like a dropped collections binder like my boy group binder is. So yeah, this will be like a pretty random binder, I feel like, that I add to. No real goals in mind here either. But that's why I love these size binders. It's just so little, and I don't feel a lot of stress or pressure when I add cards here because it's just like one little slot. So yeah, I definitely recommend getting a collect book if you're someone that just wants to like casually collect, or you just have a couple cards from a group but you have no intention of collecting them. I feel like these are a great option to store your cards in. Before we move on to NCT, I do just want to say I revamped my description box down below, and I have linked every single binder supplies that I use in my collection down below. So yeah, if you are curious as to where anything is from, I have linked it down below. So yes, please definitely take a look at the description. These specific binders, these Beyond D binders, I got them off of K-Town for You. So yes, but everything that I can link is linked down below. So yeah, I tried to revamp that at the end of last year, so hopefully it's a bit more helpful. But yes, okay, so the NCT binder has gone through like quite a bit of change this year. I feel like this used to be my dream binder only, and then it like kind of expanded to 127 because I started collecting more for 127. So yeah, this is like pretty random. Like I used to collect Geno and I don't collect him anymore. Spoiler alert, I'm collecting Mark for Dream now, so yes. Yeah, I have no intention of getting rid of these cards. Like this is purely just a dump binder for cards that I love that I don't want to get rid of for NCT. We have some Jaemin, and then over time, like I might put some of these cards up for a trade if I don't feel an attachment to them anymore, but yeah, I mean for now I feel like this is fine. And yeah, that's it for this binder. I feel like I didn't need to show this, but I will probably be adding to this one way or another this year because NCT never stops. So yeah, I'm sure we'll be seeing this binder in the future, but yeah, nothing to really take out or downsize right now. Okay, let's move on to stayc. So my Sumin collection, one of my favorite collections, not to be biased, but yeah, so for this, no plans on downsizing. Like if anything, I'm probably going to be expanding my stayc collection, honestly. They are prepping for a comeback right now. Sumin has pink hair. Oh my god, I'm so excited. And I was about to say that like I wasn't planning on doing a fixed lot group order for her pobs for this next era, but if she has pink hair, I have to, like, I need to own every card. So yeah, I'm so excited for the stayc comeback, like you have no idea. But in terms of what I have in here, I'd like to get 3 more younglove.com pre-order benefits or fan sign cards to fill up this page, and then for the next comeback, definitely collecting Sumin. Probably gonna get all of her pobs if we're being honest. So yeah, I don't know for how much longer she can stay in this little mini bind, which kind of terrifies me because I love her in this little Beyond D, but I don't know if I do another fix slot and I get all of her pops, like it's just a lot. So we'll have to see. I'm also thinking about picking up another member of stayc or another 2 members of stayc. I'm not ready to commit to it right now, but I am considering it. I will probably post a wish list on my Instagram to see if anyone wants to like cross trade me any like stayc cards, but I don't know, I'm not committing to it, but it is something I'm thinking about. So yeah, if you don't know, my top 3 in stayc is Sumin, obviously she's my ult, Iza and Seon. So yeah, maybe we'll be expanding this collection this year. I don't know though. We'll have to see. One step at a time. Let's finish We Need Love first before I think about adding more members to my collection. But yeah, those are my thoughts for stayc. Cannot wait for the comeback. I'm so excited. I was about to whip out this binder and go through my Yeti collection for Red Velvet, but honestly, nothing is changing for this collection. Like, I'm not downsizing anything. And yeah, it's just kind of business as usual for Yeri. I love collecting her. She's my ult female bias. So yeah, when Red Velvet has another comeback, I'll continue to collect her as per usual. All album photo cards, all large inclusions, and if SM continues to do pre-order benefits, I will collect all of her pre-order benefits. So yeah, I don't really feel the need to open her binder, but I just wanted to acknowledge that I will be continuing to collect Yeti. No plans of downsizing. Okay, next mini binder, we have 17 non-album. So for the pobs and the fan sign cards, I have no plans on downsizing this. I really love this. I really like how I collect their pobs. I just selectively collect what I find cute, and that's it. I don't go out of my way to get every single pob because I would go into bankruptcy, so yeah. So yeah, I'll just continue to collect selectively for them when they have their next comeback. I know Busoksoon is having a comeback in just a few weeks now. I did pre-order the photo book version and the Weverse album version. I would love to collect DK, so I'll do my best to collect him, but we'll see how trading goes. I don't know how hard it's gonna be to collect him for Soon, but I'm really excited for their comeback, and I just wanted to throw that out there because DK is in my top 3, but he's not like S-Coups and Mingyu, so, but I still want to collect him for the subunit. Okay, non-album, like this is like pure non-album merch stuff. I am going to take out the Social Club photo cards. I do not want to collect these anymore or have them. They just kind of sit in my binder for like no reason, and I feel like they would make someone else very happy. So yes, that also means I'm getting rid of the ID cards as well. Probably try and sell them as a set. So I'll just move these to the front of this page, these pobs, and I'll get another white sleeve for that later. I'll keep the D-Icon cards. I really love these, so yeah, I don't want to downsize them. Actually, I want to keep this card because I think it's so freaking cute, so I will just put him here. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, the D-Icon stuff is gonna stay. I was gifted the newest D-Icon thing that came out with the like 100 photo cards. I was gifted Mingyu's version for Christmas, so that's really fun. I'll be putting those cards in this binder in my next storing video. Yeah, I think that was all I wanted to downsize in here, honestly, just the Social Club cards. I mean, they're very gorgeous, but they kind of just sit in my binder, and I don't know, I don't feel the need to keep them. So yes, if something is not bringing you joy in your collection, just let it go. That's my biggest advice. Okay, so yeah, that was it for this. Very short and sweet. For non-album for 17, I don't know. I'm very selective with what I collect for them, so I'll just continue being selective and collect what I want. I'm not gonna bring out the bigger like album photo card binder for 17 because that isn't changing either. For Korean album, I'll continue to collect S-Coups, Mingyu, and DK for everything. And then for Japanese photo cards, I'll continue to collect S-Coups and Mingyu. So that's not changing. I'm not downsizing anything there. Okay, time for the big binders. This is like my miscellaneous binders. There's quite a few groups in here, but first, NCT 127. So I have plans to expand my Jaehyun collection in this year, and I've already started buying cards in order to do that. I will be collecting all of his album photo cards, so anything pre-Superhuman I'm trying to collect for him, and I'm also trying to collect all of his Kinos, which I am like 100% aware that that is a horrible financial decision, but yes, I do want to try and collect everything for him for Korean album. So yes, and I have a whole plan on giving him his own little mini binder. I'm really excited, but I'm waiting for that binder to come in the mail before I can make that video. But yes, so that's the plan for Jaehyun. For full group 127, I have thoughts. I have thoughts of expanding this collection and collecting OT9 for like all eras that I collected my top 3, but I'm not ready to commit to that just yet, especially with the repackage coming out like in 2 weeks. I'm not ready to commit, but just know I'm thinking about it. And yeah, I hope to finish my sticker OT9 sets this year. I'm pretty close, so I don't think that will be an issue. And then I did set up my binder to collect favorite OT9, so that'll be something to work on. And then 2 baddies, again, hope to finish this as well. For the repack, I will probably collect OT9. SM is doing like normal pre-order benefits for 127 this time, so I've joined so many group orders to get Jaehyun pobs, so I will have a lot of album photo cards. So yeah, it just seems kind of natural for me to collect OT9 for the repack. So I'm really excited. I love collecting 127. And then for Korean, well, not Korean, what am I talking about? For merch, like non-album stuff like this, I have a lot of stuff for Jaehyun for 2 baddies that I will set up for once his mini binder comes in, but I am planning on collecting him a bit more thoroughly. Like I have all of his fan sign photo cards on the way that I don't have already. So yeah, I'm really excited to like set up for that. And like I already mentioned for AO, the repack, I've joined group orders for all of the pops that have been announced so far. So I will be collecting him for any like fan sign pop that comes out for this upcoming album. For merch, I do not want to collect non-album for him. Like these are technically non-album cards, but they're pre-order benefits, so they're kind of album related, but in terms of merch, I don't really want to collect him for that. So just gonna focus on like pre-order benefits, and then of course like back collecting him this year. Then I already mentioned I am collecting Mark for NCT Dream now. I'm like pretty firm on collecting him from Hot Sauce forward. I will try and back collect Mark, but his cards are pretty expensive, I'm not gonna lie. So I don't know how much I'll be focusing on back collecting Mark this year because I'm trying to back collect Jaehyun, and that is more of a priority for me than Mark, but we'll see. I will set up for that collection in a future video. I'm trying to think if there's anything else NCT related. If/when the new NCT rookies debut with Shotaro and Sungchan, I might collect one of them. I've been following the NCT rookies. SM has been really smart. I feel like even though they have not debuted them yet, they've been releasing a lot of content with the rookies to allow us to get to know them, I guess. And yes, I am thinking about collecting one of them. I would love for you to leave your guesses in the comments about which NCT rookie you think I would collect. But yes, that has not been announced, so I'll cross that bridge when I get there, but I think that was it for NCT. Okay, now for Twice, really nothing to update here. Nothing's gonna be changing with my Twice collection. I'll continue to collect Jihyo for Korean album. That's what I've been doing. I don't really do Japanese album for her, and I don't plan on starting that. I might collect her pobs a bit more seriously this next era, depending on how much I like the concept. So yes, and I'd like to get a few more between 1 and 2 pobs, but that's pretty much it for Jihyo. Really excited for their March comeback. Cannot wait. Suho, like really nothing to update here. Gonna continue collecting him in full. EXO's having a comeback soon? Question mark. Probably soon-ish, in the next few months, probably in like June, so not very soon. But yes, when EXO has a comeback, I'll be collecting him. So excited. So excited. So yes, and then solo stuff, we'll continue collecting everything for him as per usual. And then Shinee. So this collection I've been having a lot of thoughts on, and I'm just not sure if this is a collection that I want to continue. It's very hard because I love Shinee, I love Minho, but I don't know, like I don't get as excited about this collection as I do my other collections. But I don't know if that's just because Shinee hasn't had a comeback in a long time. I don't know. I'm not going to be making any decisions about this collection until Shinee has their comeback, because Taemin is getting out of the military very soon, and Shinee has already said they're coming back with a full album probably like this spring, I would assume. So yeah, I'm not gonna drop this collection until that comeback happens, because I'm sure once that comeback happens and like they start releasing teasers and the album details drop, I'm gonna be really excited about it. So I don't want to make this decision before that happens. But for his solo, I don't think I'm going to collect his solo cards actually. They're very hard to find because I think there was stock issues with this album, and I was looking at a template and the cards just like aren't my favorite. So yeah, I don't think I'll collect his solo cards. I'll just keep whatever I pull in the album I have on the way and call it a day. So I'll actually take this page out. I'll probably put that card in my like mini collect book once I get it. But yeah, so that's the status for Shinee. I don't know, up in the air a little bit, but I'm really excited for Taemin to be back. I miss him so much, and I just think it's gonna be a really exciting year for my SM boy groups, I feel like. So yes, that was it for this binder. Okay, last binder is Itzy. I've been kind of dreading making this video because of this collection, and I've decided that I am going to stop collecting OT5 Itzy, and I feel like kind of nervous about saying that because I know so many people that watch my channel watch me because I collect OT5, so I am just really nervous about saying that, but it's what I'm doing. It's a decision I've made, and you might be like thinking, why the hell would you drop this collection when it's basically complete? And it's just not giving me joy anymore. Like when I flip through this, I'm just like, I'm not attached to any of these cards really, and that makes me so sad. Like Itzy is still my old girl group. You all already know, like I've been singing their praises up and down with the most recent comeback because I loved it so much, but kind of like what I said earlier with Monsta X, like just because they're my olds, I don't need to collect everything for them, and if I don't find joy in collecting their photo cards, that doesn't mean I don't find joy in the group. That makes sense. What I will be doing for Itzy is I'm going to still keep collecting Ryujin, and to be honest, one of the major factors in me making this decision is the amount of versions that JYP has been releasing for Itzy lately. It's a lot, and as someone who wants to collect everything for Ryujin, it is very difficult financially to collect OT5 as well as collect Ryujin for everything. It's just a lot, and I have other collections that I want to expand. Collecting is very expensive, like let's not beat around the bush. A lot of money went into this collection, and a lot of money continues to go into a lot of my other collections. So yeah, it's all about just finding balance, finding what works right for you. There is no right way to collect. So yeah, I'm figuring this out, you know, as I go. So I'm not a professional collector. But yeah, I hope that makes sense. I was really nervous to say that, but now that it's out, we can just move on. So what I'm going to do with Itzy is keep one OT5 set per era because I do still want to collect OT5 in some aspect, but just not for everything. So for each era, I'm gonna pick one OT5 set that I love and I'm gonna keep it. And moving forward for future comebacks, I'll do the same. I'll pick one OT5 set that I really want to collect and I'll collect it. So there's still gonna be a bit of OT5, just not to this volume. So I do have in mind like what OT5 sets I want to keep. So for Icy, I want to keep this one. The selfie, like no border, no signature, just like the plain regular selfie. Really love those. For It's Me, I'm keeping the orange border. For Not Shy, I'm keeping the outside cards. And I'll keep Ryujin's units. For Guess Who, I'm keeping the lollipop set. For Crazy in Love, I'm honestly gonna probably keep OT5 for all of these sets because these are my favorite cards that they've ever done. This is the era that inspired me to collect OT5 in the first place, and yeah, so I'll probably start off with keeping all 6 sets, and I might downsize over time, but yeah. For Check Me, I'm gonna keep 2 sets, so this set and this set. Again, there's no like rhyme or reason to like what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to condense this a little bit and edit it a little bit so that it fits my budget and collecting, so that it makes me happy. Basically, that's it. For Cheshire, I'm collecting everything for Ryujin, and I'm gonna collect the limited set where they're doing like the Cheshire pose special edition. Gonna keep collecting Ryujin, and yeah, that's it for that. Oh my god, I was talking so fast because I was really nervous to say that, but anyways. For pre-order benefits, selectively collecting Ryujin. Nothing's changing there, and then large inclusion's gonna keep collecting Ryujin. So yeah, not too much changing back here. Along with reorganizing my NCT collection, I will be reorganizing this collection, obviously. I have a lot of plans for this. I'm actually really excited to set it up. So yeah, and that kind of reinforces to me that this was the right decision because I'm so much more excited about my Itzy collection now that I get to pick the sets that I want. I get to reorganize it. They get a cute new binder. So yeah, I'm really excited to make this change, but I know it's also kind of, I'm dropping them kind of in a way, like I'm partially dropping them, and that might upset some people, and I'm really sorry if it does, but you know, have to make the hard decisions sometimes. And yeah, Okay, y'all, that was it. That was all I wanted to go over for this collection goals video. I feel like this was mainly me kind of ranting, but I hope y'all still liked it. I'm sorry for the delay in getting this video out, but I have so much content planned for this new year, so definitely be on the lookout. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you soon in another one soon. Bye!